First fight is going to be between Nikita Krylov and Ovince St. Preux. And, you know, St. Preux is one of those guys who does well when he's going first, in my opinion. I don't think – because he switches stances and he relies on them for different things. Like if he stands orthodox, he's going to be a little more defensive. If he's going to southpaw, he's going to be looking to attack with his left hook and his kick. And that's where most of his stuff stemmed from. And if you watch him, when he like – sometimes he'll lose rounds and then he'll come out and he'll rebound because he starts pushing the pace because he feels a sense of urgency, and he'll get these knockout wins like the one over Corey Anderson. That's a good example. Probably losing the first 2 rounds of the fight just due to the grappling of Corey. I mean, I know he hurt Corey, but really cemented the win when he came out and started putting the pressure on him, you know, and getting offensive. But the problem is that when he switches to that offensive stance, he's really susceptible to the right hand. And I think Krylov is really accurate. He's precise. And I think that could be a problem. I think that St. Preux is one of those guys who I think could really benefit from switching things up, like searching for a coach who can work on the fluidity between his stance switches and making them happen more naturally. Like if you look at the fight between Brian Ortega and Max Holloway, there's like the way that they switch out in and out of their stances is much more fluid, and they're always in position. You know, it's like Ovince St. Preux has to purposely get into a stance in order to throw something. And then he has to get into his other stance in order to throw something else, which is fine. I'd just like to see a little bit more smoothness in between what he's doing. Krylov is a guy who, you know, his top game is very impressive. But if you look at what happened when he got on top of a guy like Jan Blachowicz, he was able to get butterfly guard, sweeping back to his feet, and Jan dominated him on the ground when he was on top. And I think he's got like 5 wins, or 5 of his losses have come by way of submission. So, but he has like 10 submission wins. So it tells you that he's got a really good grappling, like he's got a really good top game. But maybe for whatever reason, I don't know if it's his lack of putting himself in those positions in the gym, or he's just never spending time there because he's dominating everybody. But, you know, when he was surprised when Jan was able to sweep him, I think. You get a high-level black belt like that, and it kind of throws your game plan off. So, a guy who's very offensive with the submissions, but is also susceptible to them. And he actually lost to Ovince St. Preux earlier in his career by Von Fluchoke. So, I mean, I've got Ovince St. Preux in this fight just because I think that at some point it is going to go to the ground. And I think OSP has a really good fucking top game. And I don't trust Krylov's, you know. I think for whoever wins this fight on the feet is going to have to be going first. I don't think either of them want to start playing the countering game. Like I think OSP starts getting lit up when he does that, and he starts looking lethargic when he starts looking for counters. He's got to be a guy who's kind of pushing the pace and kind of setting things up. And Krylov, same kind of deal. He's aggressive, you know. So this could end up being a really fun fight, or it could turn into a grappling match, because I'd expect OSP to want to put this up against the cage, and knowing that this guy's been submitted, I'd expect him to take it down. He's, like I said, he's got a good top game, and I think at some point, if he's smart, expect OSP to come out in orthodox, you know, and then when he's getting ready to set the takedowns up, I bet he'll switch to southpaw, start throwing some kicks and some punches and trying to move, you know, get Krylov off balance a little bit, and then start shooting him for the takedown. So we'll see. I think this is a really interesting fight, a really good fight. It could go either way, as could any fight on this card. This is a card full of great matchups. But I'm taking OSP second round submission. I think the first round will be a lot of feeling out between the two. Neither of them wanting to take these big chances. They're both coming off losses. They're going to be wanting to pick wins back up. And just by the nature of I think it'll pick up in the second round a little bit, and you'll start seeing OSP push the fight up against the cage, start applying pressure. But I'm kind of thinking it's going to start a little slow. Watch it be fucking fireworks the whole way through now that I said that.